Hello, everybody. Assalamualaikum. Today, hi. I am getting on here because it's still fresh from the experience, and I wanted to share this with all of you. We just came back from a business presentation, and what happened was that I went along with Zil. Zil was actually invited by someone who said that we want you to come for a food tasting, right? So it was a company that I thought was like doing food production, and they're looking for people to give some feedback, and they know, they got Zil's contact, and they want him to be able to give some feedback. So I went along with it, and that was the invitation. It was for a food tasting invitation, right? And there was nothing else that was informed there about it. It's like we'll give a presentation. Yeah, they said something about giving a presentation, but they said it's a food tasting invitation. So okay, I'm gonna ask you, when someone invites you, right, for a food tasting, what do you think of? What do you think of? And I'm not someone new to the experience of people inviting me for restaurant openings, and hotels invite me for food tasting, or catering companies invite me for food tasting because they want us to know the quality of the food so that we can recommend them to others, or we will do events and using their catering services. Correct? Is that right? That is what food tasting is, right? But when I went there with Zil, it was not it was a company where I saw there were a lot of people, and there were tables, and then they asked us questions like your income, your background, your email. Okay, that's fine. I mean, that is basically, you want our database. Fine, I'm okay with that. And then it was a presentation, and they said we're going to have a 45-minute presentation. So I'm like, okay, so at least I understand what the business is all about. But the whole thing, it just put a bad feeling in the whole experience was just so negative for me, because I felt I was cheated. I was invited for a food tasting opportunity or something like that, and I was expecting a business where it's doing catering and all that. But it came to a point where they were trying to sell shares or investments into their agriculture company, and the food was the byproduct, right? So it was not about the food at all. And I told them, and they were like trying to corner me. I'm trained in sales as well, so I kind of figured out what they were doing. They were asking me questions. You have any questions? What? You don't have any questions? Am I the only one talking? That kind of put down, kind of very condescending kind of questions, right? So I just kept quiet the whole time until I came out, and I'm like, look, and I pulled down my mask, and I said, look, I'm not new to invitations, and I have been invited for food tasting, and this is not a food tasting invitation. And they were like, oh, no, you will get your food. And I'm like, no, if you would told us up front there is an investment opportunity for this kind of business, and it's a billion-dollar, multi-billion-dollar business opportunity, and food is their business, I would come with the intention to invest, or with the intention to get to know more about your business or your company, in order possibly to invest or to refer people. That would be a much more pleasant experience, and food is the byproduct. But if you invite me to a food tasting experience, I expect a food tasting experience, right? And not a business opportunity experience. So that whole thing was like, I felt it was so unethical the way they invited, and I gave my feedback. And then I went to the toilet, right? And then after that, Zil told the lady, oh, my wife's not happy because of the way, the invitation was done and all that kind of thing. And then the lady said, well, if we don't do this, do you think people will come? Do you think people will want to know about our business? And for me, and I told her, yes, there are 7 billion people in the world. There are people who would be interested and keen, as long as you target your market properly. It is not ethical when you tell people it's a food tasting invitation and you go there and you sell a business opportunity. That is all wrong. And I know deep down in my heart and through my experience as well, and I have done it, I have been duped myself into inviting people in that way. I was taught to invite people in that way, and it just so unethical. It works against integrity, and it is just not right. It is lying through your nose and through your mouth, so it is just not right. So I gave my piece to the lady, and I said, this is what I stand for, and I'm not happy with that. And then she was like, okay, you get your food. Yeah, you get the food was delicious, but it's like it would have been a much better experience. We would have promoted their business. We would consider even investing, but when they start off with that, it all started with the wrong food. And I want to share something as well, and it's just that kind of feeling that's just not right. It's just that feeling when, for example, a person puts something on your table and say, do you like it? And then, yeah, it's pretty. Oh, okay, do you want it? I'm like, oh, okay, why not? Without telling the price. After that, they bill you and they say, oh, this is, by the way, this is X amount of dollars, and you're expected to pay for it, even though, sometimes you were not told upfront. It was just billed to you. Again, that is not right. Or someone saying that, oh, I put this inside your order, and you didn't say, yes, I want it. I wanted something else. You didn't say that, oh, I want to buy this, but it was put inside your order, and you're expected to pay for it. It is all wrong. What do you all think? If you have ever experienced that, I'd like you to know, I'd like you to share about it, because this is how we want businesses to stop doing marketing or selling in this way, because maybe it works in the 1980s or 1970s or 1960s, but it does not work now. Nazmi says, those were very old school, unproven prospecting method. Oh my God, you think so? I think so too. And I felt so wrong, I was like, this is just so wrong. And the thing is, how many people were invited in that way, and how many people actually voiced out, like me, I voiced it out, because they don't know who I am, they don't know what Zil and I are capable of promoting them and all that. But they was trying to corner us, and I could see that happening. And then, of course, I came up again and I re-cornered back them again with questions, yeah. And I don't like to use that kind of hardball tactic. I love to do things with love and respect, but when they push you to a certain corner and twist words, right, in order for you to invest, that is just not right. Thank you, Adelina. Thank you so much. Yes, no integrity, and that's why I have kept quiet for so long for things like this, and I find that this has got to stop. I will not allow it. I will not be a part of things like this anymore, and I would not allow innocent people to be like this, anymore. So if I voiced it out loudly and other people hear it, I hope in their heart they know I don't mean any malice, but I just feel that the way the invitation was done had to be corrected, because a lot of people, I saw the place was so full of couples, families, how many of them were cornered into saying yes. And a couple of times I have been cornered to say yes when I didn't want to, and at that time I was not I didn't step into my power. I was in the victim mindset, so that puts you in a weaker situation. So when I start to learn to step into my power, step into my queen, and to stop when I see oppression in front of me, when I see bullying in front of me, when I see people hard selling, using hardball techniques to try to get people to buy products that they don't need, or invest in things that they have not researched on, that I felt I had to step in. So this is all I wanted to share, and this is how I feel, and the reason why I joined this ASEAN Alliance of businesses with who are inclusive and responsible, AREBA, why I am part of them, and why I start off my Live a Legacy community is exactly this. We want businesses to be conscious. Use your profits to do good, right? And if you don't know how, join our community. We'll coach you, we'll mentor you, we'll share with you the opportunities on how you can create your own impact through your own business. And if you need to network with good-hearted business owners who are making millions of dollars, right? And it is so possible. We are part of this group in ASEAN, and that's why, you know, I'm part of it. And if any of you would like to be part of it, just contact me as well. But I find that this kind of businesses, not only old school, I think it's still existing right now, and they're still practicing, and they're teaching their salespeople to do the same thing. It has got to stop. It has got to stop with the way people say or corner you to buy things that you don't want, you don't need, and you didn't ask for, and they bill it to you, and they say, oh, it is a recurring fee, or it is something that, you know, unless of course you have said, okay, I want a payment plan, and this is how much I will, the amount you pay, you agree on it upfront for 12 months, that's fine. But if they just bill you for things that you did not agree on in the first place, then I think that is, you know, not right. Yeah. And there are 7 billion people. There are always people who want to buy from you. There will always be people who will resonate with your products. But to do that, to say, oh, you know, you're shooting blank, you're shooting bullets, you know, hoping that one will hit somebody, that is just so wrong. That's not the way it is. It is all about funneling in the right manner with integrity. And guess what also, ladies and gentlemen, this is something I'd like to share, and I want to share it out right now. People see that I do a lot of charity. I do help people. Now, when I say charity, you guys don't know what I do in my charity work. What you see that I post is all part of my business impact, right? So charity, I keep it private. Nobody knows. My money goes where my money, and I don't want to know where people's charity goes to as well, because charity is personal. When I post things like whether it's the homeless or whether the refugees need this or certain things, it is all part of my social impact through my business, all right? So people see that I do all this thing, right? And then they will call me. There are some people who call me and tell me, Mushida, I want to help you give more to your refugees. So I'm like, fine, that's great. Let me help you to, you know, to get connected to them, or help you distribute your money to them and all that. And you know what they want me to do? To join the MLM company. And they give me their business plan. Oh, this is how much you can earn, and you know, this money you can give the refugees. And I'm like, you are asking me to join your business, make money for the company that I don't know what the integrity of the owners are, and build your business, but use my money to give charity? That is not right. If you want me to be able to give more to my you ask me, how can I reach out to them, and I will share with you, but not ask me to join your MLM or your business in order for me to grow an income to give it to them. That is not how social impact works, guys. I mean, a lot of people are still confused about that, and I think it is my responsibility to also share about the power of social impact in business. And it is not charity. Charity is charity. It is not CSR. CSR is CSR, that's how it is, right? CSR is CSR. Charity is charity. Business with a social impact, a social conscious business, is a business where they do good through their business. They do good to the employees as well. And we made it a point that we want to work only with ethical companies. So when I see a company that the management and the people at the bottom are not communicating, they are not treating well, that is not a conscious business. A conscious business, like if you know about Simon Sinek and all the amazing things that he teaches, it really resonates with me, because it is exactly that. If you read his book, Leaders Eat Last, if you read his book on, I'm buying the book together is better. So all of these things, right? Where an organization where the CEO and the people at the bottom all speak the same intention and they have the same direction, that is and people at the bottom are treated well and with respect, right? They're not put down, or there's no bullying and all that kind of thing. That is a conscious business, and it is open. They hire people that regardless of they will hire based on the expertise. They hire people regardless of their race, religion, gender, and they pay them well. They pay them according to the market rate, right? equally, not because of, oh, this person is from Vietnam, will be cheaper, this person is from Thailand, will be cheaper, this person from Switzerland, we pay more expensive. No, it is what the value the person is contributing, they give the same amount. That is a conscious business, and this is what we are doing. It is not just about, oh, Mushida, you give a lot of charity and all that. So that is something that I would like people to also understand, that when we talk about conscious business, it is not just about helping the poor. It is about to make sure the whole ecosystem in your business is blessed lah. You know, like you don't cheat people, you don't like go and use, you know, you say, oh, we use clean environment but you get children from third world countries to make your product, and you pay them measly like 20 cents and all that. So that is not a conscious business. So all of this is very integrated, and this is the message that I want to share. And I felt cheated. I didn't leave the place with a good feeling, and I felt like this is something that the food was amazing, and I said, if they started on the right foot with me, you will see them on my social media. You will see me posting some things that, you know, how amazing this company is. But now I'm not gonna talk about this company, because it's just not right, right? So I just didn't feel good at promoting them also anyway. And yeah, so that was how I felt. So I just wanted to share this with you about the power of your branding and integrity and conscious business as well. Okay, so with that, why don't you come to my feminine leadership on Wednesday morning? And I have an amazing speaker. She's from Indonesia. She used to be homeless. She was an abandoned child, and she was fostered by many parents. And now she's in Australia, and she runs a consulting, and she consults multi-million-dollar companies. Her name is Firska Wirya. I'd love for you to meet her. It will not be a recorded presentation. It's going to be a private session. People who register will have Q&A with her. That is her time with you. And I'd love for you to meet her as well. And I'd love for you to meet my feminine leadership community as well, and the conscious, the Leave a Legacy community. These are businesses that we want to groom, be a part of, grow together, and create impact. All right, we're not going to allow any more of this hardball tactics. People use others just to make money. Yeah, so that is just not the right way. And we think win, 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 win. That's why we call it Leave a Legacy Business Community. All right. So I'll put in the link for a discovery call. If you're interested in any of our programs, I'd love for you to be a part of that. And why I'm so passionate about it is exactly this. It was exactly this incident that happened today that I'm sharing with all of you. And that is why I'm passionate about building this community that I've started this year. All right, so with that, lots of love and respect. Lots of love, everyone. Bye-bye.